Hey, ho, watch him go! He ran the Grand Army on a shoestring dime, beat the biggest empire just in the nick of time. Left his cozy orchard when the duty gave a call to sit inside the big chair and try to guide us all. He didn't want a crown, he didn't want a throne. He wanted every citizen to stand up on their own. He set the whole template for the job that we see, the very first captain of the land of the free. Oh, who's that indispensable hero of the state? The reluctant father who was sealing up our fate. Refused to be a king when they offered him the crown. Stepped away from power just to cool the engine down. Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who? Of course, it's George Washington, the grand designer. Who wouldn't be a the father of the land, set the heavy precedent with an iron-willed hand. Warned us all of factions and the partisan divide. Left a lasting legacy to be our nation's guide. Yeah, George, take a bow. He walked away us with a question underneath the western sky. So tell me, America, can we keep this republic, or will we let it slip away into factionalism? Can we keep it? Can we keep it? Can we keep it? Hold your breath, kids. There's a storm in the town. The political venom's gonna pull the house down. Watch out, watch out, here it comes. He was the fiery patriot from the northern shore, a brilliant legal mind who helped to seat after the number one left him staring down the barrel of a partisan gun. The ocean was a-boiling with a pseudo-war fight. He signed a pair of laws that gripped the nation tight. They called him a tyrant from the left and the right for locking up the editors into the dark night. Oh, who's that stubborn founder caught up in the squeeze, trying to protect the ship from the keeping us secure, while his old best friend made his downfall sure? Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who. Of course it's John Adams, the independent engine who refused to go to his bags early in the Washington gray, leaving us a puzzle that we wrestle with today. So tell me, America, how do we balance national security with our civil liberties during times of fear and division? Can we balance it? Can we do it? Can we try? Get your boots on, darling, we're heading out west. Got a real estate deal that'll put us to the test. Go wide, open up the stride. He was a mountain philosopher, the master of the pen. Wrote the words of freedom for 1 million working men. But he lived a giant paradox beneath this stately dome, declaring all men equal while he kept them bound at home. Napoleon was broke and needed cash across the sea. So our boy bought a continent to set the nation free. Sent a crew of wild explorers all the way to the coast to see who lived the grandest and who had the very most. Oh, who's that walking contradiction under the sun? Double up our territory before the day was done. The eloquent Virginian who bucked the western plain and stretched the starry banner through the sunshine and the rain. Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who! Of course it's Thomas Jefferson, the architect of freedom, who bought the western Yes, it's Thomas Jefferson, the thinker of the age, writing out our history on a giant golden page. Dreamed a continental dream that reached from shore to shore and opened up the wilderness to let the nation soar. Yeah, Tom, write it down. He drew the lines of empire across the fertile ground, leaving us a moral riddle waiting to be found. So tell me, America, how do we reconcile the ideals of liberty and equality with the realities of slavery and westward expansion? Can we fix it? Can we heal it? Can we try? Ring the alarm, baby, smoke is in the air. The royal fleet is coming and they're rolling everywhere.
Run, look out for the gun.
He was a quiet little scholar with a massive legal brain, the father of the blueprint that could handle all the strain. But the British Navy brought a messy, heavy fight and marched into the parlor in the middle of the night. They set the town ablaze and threw the torches in the hall. The first lady grabbed the portrait right before the wall could fall, but this plucky little captain didn't fold or run away. He stood up in the ashes just to fight another day. Oh, who's that pocket rocket standing up to the crown when the Capitol was burning and the walls were tumbling down? The quiet constitutionalist who survived the fiery test and proved the young republic could stand up with the best.
Who is he? Who is he?
us a challenge that we face when left alone. So tell me, America, how do we prove the nation can defend itself militarily and maintain sovereignty against the world's greatest powers? Can we stand? Can we fight? Can we win? Tracks, America, the good times are here. We're drawing up a brand new map and ringing in the year. Step back, out of the way. He was the final soldier of the old school guard, fought beside the founders when the times were hard. He walked into the office to an era of delight, where all the bitter factions seemed to vanish overnight. He looked across the ocean at the kings upon the throne and told them that the Western world would stand up on its own. He drew a line right in the sand and told the foreign fleet to stay away from freedom or face a big defeat. Oh, who's that bold Virginian making Europe stay away? Oversweeping all the feelings in a grand parade today. The doctrine-making captain who was locking down the hemisphere and singing out a warning that was ringing loud and clear. Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who? Of course it's James Monroe, the revolutionary giant who claimed the Western world. Yes, it's James Monroe, riding high on the boom, bringing steady confidence into the legislative room. Warned the old empires that their colonial days were through, and built a new world order for the red, white, and blue. Yeah, James, draw that line. Yeah, James, draw that line. The good feelings are fading as the borderlines expand, leaving us a challenge that is twisting through the land. So tell me, America, how do we define our role in the Western Hemisphere while managing rapid growth and containing sectional tensions? Can we hold it? Can we grow? Which way do we go? Get your shovels ready, there's a new design in town. We're laying down the concrete and we're tearing barriers down. Dig deep, make that river leap. He was the brilliant diplomat, a founder's famous son, but a controversial bargain meant his tenure had begun. They called it corrupt, from the floor to the street, making every single project face a bitter cold defeat. But he looked into the future and he saw a grand design, with roads and deep canals connecting line to line. He stood up in the chamber for a more righteous fight and spoke out for the captive when the darkness hit the light. Oh, who's that master diplomat who wouldn't play the game? Stuck inside a backroom deal that clouded up his name. He put Political machinery would push him from the floor, leaving us a question at the laboratory door. So tell me, America, can we invest in internal improvements and moral leadership instead of short-term politics? Can we build it? Can we lead? Will we succeed? Let the common man inside. We're going for a rough and rowdy frontier ride. Clear out, clear out. Shake the house down. He was the tough old general from the Tennessee grass. Fought a duel with the bank and he smashed it to glass. The elite in the parlor didn't like his rough style, but the crowds at the window were cheering all the while. He stood before the treasury and made a big decree. Paid off every single dollar till the nation was free. But he drove out the tribes on a trail full of tears, leaving heavy dark shadows that would echo for years. Oh, who's that populist general with the ironclad will who wiped the national ledger right down to a nil? Establishment of bowing and bowed.
Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who.
Of course, it's Andrew Jackson, the sharp-tempered populist who wiped the debt to zero. Yes, it's Andrew Jackson, the people's choice king, making all the halls of the Capitol ring with a fierce fronted justice and a populist pride. He completely reshaped the American right. Yeah, Andy, tear it up! The bank is dead and the ledger is clean, but a stormy new crisis is arising unseen. So tell me, America, does democracy mean empowering the majority, even if it harms our institutions, minorities, or long-term stability? Can we handle the power? Is it right? Is it fair? Watch the hands, baby, now you see it, now you don't. Think you're gonna stay afloat, the market says you won't. Poof, gone, where'd it go? He was the clever operator from the Empire State, built the modern party wheel to decide the nation's fate. A political wizard with a dapper smiling face, who knew how to pull the strings and win a big race. But he stepped into the parlor just as the bubble burst, inherited a financial storm that was the absolute worst. The debt was zero yesterday, but now the banks are closed, leaving the little magician completely exposed. Oh, who's that clever wizard caught inside the squeeze when the panic of 37 brought us to our knees? The architect of parties who was left to face the blame as the roaring economic boom went up in a flame. Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who! Martin Van Buren, the slick political magician who ran right into the crash. Yes, it's Martin Van Buren trying to work his charm, steering through the panic and the national alarm. Though the market tumbled down and the voters made him pay, he completely shaped the party games we play today. Yeah, Maddie, make it vanish. So tell me, America, how do we build economic resilience and avoid the boom bust cycles of wild speculation? Can we stop the crash? Can we hold the line? Is there time? Oh! Button up your coat, honey, there's a frost in the air. He's talking up a storm, but he ain't going nowhere. Freeze, cold wind blow. He was the old frontier hero from the Tippecanoe shore. Rode a populist wave right through the log cabin door. The oldest guy elected in the history of the slate. He marched into the Capitol to seal his sudden fate. He stood out in the freezing rain without a hat or cloak. Gave a 2-hour speech where every single word he spoke was a marathon of history beneath the frozen sky. But 31 days later we were waving him goodbye. Oh, who's that tragic general who rode the winning tide, only to be taken by a freezing winter ride? Delivered the longest speech the nation ever heard, then left us in a month without another single word. Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who! Of course, it's William Henry Harrison, the short-lived hero who was gone in a flash. Yes, it's William Henry Harrison, a brief and shining star who showed us just how fragile all our earthly powers are. He took the grandest stage with the brave and hearty cheer before a cruel twist of fate cut short his new career. Yeah, William, gone too soon. The log cabin's empty and the slate is turning gray, leaving us a sudden trap we still face today. So tell me, America, how do we ensure stable succession and avoid letting age or health risks destabilize our national leadership? Is there a plan? Who takes the wheel? How do we heal? Hold on to your hats, there's a new boss in the town. He didn't get elected, but he's wearing the crown. Who's in charge? Who's the boss? Count the cost! He was a ticket balancing son of the old Virginia clay, but fate took the wheel and threw the blueprint away. The cabinet told him he was just an acting man, but he looked them in the eye and said, I'm running the land. He faced down his own party and he vetoed their design. They kicked him out the club, but he didn't mind the line. He reached across the border, brought the Texas star in view, and established that the number 2 completely owns the shoe. Oh, who's that accidental leader, standing all alone? The veto-wielding sovereign who claimed the high throne. He broke the party rules and he set the system free by proving that the vice president is boss of the decree. Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who! Of course it's John a brand new kind of fight. Yeah, John, hold that line. The dust is settling down on his independent reign, leaving us a puzzle that would clarify the chain. So tell me, America, how do we define presidential succession clearly? And how much power belongs to the federal government versus the states? Who rules the House? Who makes the call? Stand or fall? He was the dark horse candidate out of the southern state, a hard-working machine who wouldn't hesitate. He wrote down 4 big promises upon his ledger page, then said, I'd like a rocket ship to dominate the stage. He grabbed the Oregon country, lowered tariffs down to size, then won a war with Mexico to claim the golden prize. He stretched the starry banner completely, coast to coast, a single term of total drive that did the absolute most. Oh, who's that dark horse driving at a ruthless speed? James K. Polk, the relentless workhorse who built an empire in 4 walk right out the door. Yeah, James, check the list. The map is twice as big now, stretching wide and bright. But a dark and heavy question is rising in the night. So tell me, America, how do we manage explosive westward growth and the moral and political consequences of expansion, especially slavery, into new territories? Where does it stop? How do we divide? Look at the tide. Look at the tide. Fall in line, baby, there's a soldier in the hall. He didn't read the playbook, but he's standing through it all. Left, right, left. Watch the general step. He was the battle-hardened hero from the swampy southern fight. Spent 40 years in boots before he saw the palace light. With zero background in the game of political designs, he rode into the big house right across the battle lines. The western lands were boiling with the bitter, heavy dispute over who could hold a brother and who could claim the fruit. He swore he'd hang the traitors if they tried to break the chain. But a sudden summer fever cut short his storm preacher who ran straight into the sectional fire. Refusing to be broken by the political talk. Those 16 brief months was all the time he ever got. He wouldn't let the Union fail or let the country rot. Hold the fort. The general's gone early and the dark clouds start to brew, leaving us a heavy challenge that we have to answer through. So tell me, America, how do we hold the Union together when the debates over slavery turn explosive after massive new land acquisitions? Can we patch it? Can we hold? Is it bought or is it sold? The countdown's on the wall. They're trying to build a bridge before the pillars fall. Patch it up, watch the levee break. He was the quiet New Yorker from a self-made humble track. Stepped up to the big desk when the general didn't come back. The country was fracturing over the Western prize, so he looked for a bargain right before the nation's eyes. He signed a grand compromise to keep the peace alive, but a harsh new fugitive law made the anger thrive. It sent the northern cities into a roaring fight and turned the legal system into a dark, stormy night. Oh, who's that quiet tailor son making desperate deals, trying to spin the wheel to see how the country feels? He signed a heavy compromise to buy a little time, while a harsh and bitter shadow crept across the line. Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who. It's Millard Fillmore, the cautious compromiser who tried to delay the storm. Yes, it's Millard Fillmore catching all the heat, trying to keep the Union from a total dark defeat. He patched up the fractures with a temporary hand to keep the starry banner flying over the land. Yeah, Millard, seal the deal. The papers are all signed, but the fire's burning low, leaving us a riddle that the history books will show. So tell me, America, can you find workable compromises on slavery without just postponing the inevitable conflict? Can we fix it? Can we delay? What's the price we pay? Batten down the hatches, there's a gale in the room. A bad combination's gonna spark the big boom. Look out, hear the thunder shout. He was a charming young northerner with southern leaning views. A tragic family history that put him in the blues. He stepped into the office thinking everything was fine, until a brand new law completely crossed the boundary line. He opened up the territory to a popular vote, let local crowds decide what the slavery ledger wrote. But it sparked a wild explosion under Kansas skies and filled the western border with a million bitter cries. Oh, who's that handsome captain caught up in the spin when the bleeding Kansas territory let the violence in? He thought a local ballot would settle down the fight, but it turned the western prairie into a dark, bloody night. Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who? Of course, it's Franklin Pierce, the charismatic dreamer, whose policy ignited the frontier fire. Yes, it's Franklin Pierce, trying to hold the reins as the political wildfire rushes across the plains. A tragic miscalculation that tore the country wide and pushed the young republic on a dark and rocky ride. Yeah, Frank, watch the sky. For me, it's a burning and the wind is blowing cold, leaving us a riddle that the history books have told. So tell me, America, how do we stop territorial expansion from tearing the country apart along sectional lines? Can we stop the bleed? What do we need? Who's gonna lead? What do we need? Who's gonna lead? Who's gonna lead? What do we need? Who's gonna lead? Watch your step, sister. The foundation's gonna split. The whole house is rocking and nobody's fixing it. Going down, going down. Watch it tumble down. He was the old school diplomat, a lifelong bachelor soul. Thought a grand old compromise could keep the nation whole. But sitting in the big chair as the pressure started to grow left him frozen in the parlor while the fuse began to blow. The High Court drew a heavy line that set the North on fire, while the southern states were packing up to fuel the funeral pyre. He wrung his hands in panic, said his power was too small, and watched the stars and stripes begin to fracture in the hall. Oh, who's that worried bachelor caught inside the stall, watching all the pillars of the Union start to fall? He tried to strike a bargain as they walked right out the door, and left the whole republic on the brink of total war. Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who? Of course, it's James Buchanan, the paralyzed diplomat who watched the nation tear itself apart. Yeah, yes, it's James Buchanan, facing all the blame as the building crisis burst into a roaring flame. He stood by in the shadows while the system broke in two, an agonizing end for the old red, white, and James, pack your bags. The clock is striking midnight and the storm is at the door, leaving us a riddle on a cold and broken floor. So tell me, America, how do we prevent secession and hold the Union together before it fractures completely? Can we bridge the gap? Can we hold the line? Is there any time? Is there any time? Hold on tight, America. The storm is at the gate. The tall man's in the hallway to wrestle down our fate.
Glory, glory, hallelujah, watch him move.
He came out of the frontier with a brilliant, witty tongue, a self-taught country lawyer when the fateful bells were rung. He took the broken reins when the house was split in two, and swore a mighty oath to save the old red, white, and blue. Through 4 long years of teardrops and a bloody, heavy fight, he signed the paper freedom that led in a brand new light. Redefined the charter on a rolling Gettysburg plain, then paid the ultimate price to end the nation's deepest stain. Oh, who's that gangly storytelling giant of the West, who held the Union steady through its bloodiest trial test? He broke the heavy shackles and he freed the captive soul, and cast a giant shadow just to keep the nation whole. Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who! Of course it's Abraham Lincoln, the masterful rail splitter, who redefined the promise of freedom. Yes, it's Abraham Lincoln, standing tall against the night, guiding out the republic to a new everlasting light, with a new birth of freedom written on the golden page. He stands the greatest captain of the great American stage.
Yeah, Abe, let the freedom ring.
Yeah. The the long war is over, but the healing's just begun, leaving us a challenge underneath the rising sun. So tell me, America, how do we bind up the nation's wounds, achieve a new birth of freedom, and truly make liberty and equality real for all? Can we bind them? Can we heal? Is it real? Baby, the whole seems a ripping apart. He's fighting with the chamber and he didn't have the heart. Fatal, fatal, watch the gavel blow. He was a Tennessee tailor who stayed loyal to the flag, but inheriting the giant shoes left him in a snag. He stepped into the parlor when the war had just begun to cease, but he fumbled up the strategy and broke the fragile peace. He clashed with all the lawmakers who wanted to protect the free and let the old Southern power structure satisfy their greed. They drew a heavy bow latest battle's done, but the wounds are open wide, leaving us a puzzle on a dark and stormy ride. So tell me, America, how do we rebuild the South fairly and protect the rights of newly freed Black Americans, instead of allowing old power structures to return? Can we rebuild it? Can we protect them? Will we ever learn? Step aside, shadows, there's a soldier in the room. He's sweeping out the darkness with a heavy-duty broom.
March on, march on.
Watch the night be gone. He was the silent warrior who crushed the great rebellion wide, fought his way to victory along the bloody river tide. He walked into the executive seat to guard the fragile peace, and swore a mighty oath to make the Southern terror cease. He sent the army marching back to enforce the brand new law, crushed the hooded Klan with the fiercest force they ever saw. Signed the ballot protection so the freedmen could arrive, but a storm of office scandals made his critics start to thrive. Oh, who's that silent general, standing steady through the fire, defending civil rights against the terror and the party? Used the federal muscle to protect the southern state, and fought the rising backlash to secure the nation's fate. Who is he? Who is he?
Tell me who.
Of course, it's Ulysses S. Grant, the iron-willed protector who crushed the forces of hate. Yes, it's Ulysses S. Grant, keeping guard upon the wall, making sure the promise of the Union wouldn't fall. Through the scandals and the struggles and the political fight, he kept the starry banner shining in the dark night. Yeah, unconditional surrender. Take a stand. The troops are standing guard, but the pressure's rising high, leaving us a heavy riddle underneath the southern sky. So tell me, America, how do we make Reconstruction succeed and defend the rights of Black citizens against rising violence and backlash? Can we hold the line? Can we guard the peace? When will it cease? Check the ballots, baby, it's a tight and bitter race. One big deal is gonna change the whole dynamic of the place. Count them up, watch the numbers slide. He was the honest general from the rolling Ohio plain, stepped into an election that was packed with heavy strain. The numbers were disputed, the tension started to rise, until a backroom bargain happened right before took the big chair, but he had to pay the price. Pulled the federal troops away to settle down the ice. He tried to clean the system up and fight corruption's hand, but an uneasy peace began to settle through the land. Oh, who's that quiet reformer caught up in the trade? When the grand experiment of Reconstruction started to fade, he won a stolen election, and he called the soldiers back and tried to heal the division by changing up the track.
Who is he? Who is he?
Tell me who?
Who is he? Who is he?
Of course, it's Rutherford B. Hayes, the honest compromiser who brought the troops back home. Southern fire, he stood up for civil service, and he fought the party game to bring a steady honesty back to the nation's name. Yeah, Rude, clean the slate. The bayonets are leaving and the southern skies turn gray, leaving us a heavy puzzle that we still face today. So tell me, America, how do we heal post-war divisions without abandoning civil rights progress or returning to open resistance? Can we keep the promise? Can we heal the split? Who is fixing it? America, the preacher's in the hole. He's climbing up the mountain, but he's gonna face a wall.
Short flame, short flame.
Watch the spark ignite. He was the scholar general from the Ohio cabin floor, a silver-tongued preacher who walked through the big door. He wanted every office to be earned by honest skill, and set out like a rocket ship to bend the party's will. Office seeker with a dark and broken brain met him at the station in the middle of the train. A sudden flash of lightning cut short his brilliant stride and left the whole republic weeping on a tragic ride. Oh, who's that brilliant leader with the short and shining run, cut down by an assassin before his work was done? His martyrdom ignited a grand reform desire to clean up all the systems and to cool the spoils fire. Garfield, the inspiring scholar president whose tragic end changed the whole system. Yes, it's James Garfield, a short and burning flame that lit a fire of progress underneath the nation's name. He broke the heavy patronage and shook the party wheel to give the public service an unyielding honest steel. Yeah, James, keep it bright. The preacher's voice is silent, but the lesson's written clear, leaving us a heavy challenge that we still have to hear. So tell me, America, how do we end the spoils system and protect our national leaders from political violence? Can we change the game? Can we guard the life? Can we stop the strife? Style check, baby. clear the walkway in the hall. The velvet prince is coming, and he's surprising one and all. Dapper boy, watch the clothes deploy. He was the New York dandy, the king of the spoils wheel, a fashion-forward collector who loved a backroom deal. When tragedy put him in the seat, the critics gave a sigh. They figured that the patronage machine would multiply. But he locked the wardrobe doors and he found an iron spine, signed the Pendleton Reform Act and drew a heavy line, turned his back on old machine bosses, upgraded the whole fleet, and left the crooked operator staring at defeat. Oh, who's that elegant dandy who rose above his past to give the public service a reform that's gonna last? They thought he'd be a puppet for the corporate machine, but he became the cleanest leader that they'd ever seen. Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who. Of course, it's Chester A. Arthur, the unexpected reformer who traded patronage for principle. Work that spot. The dandies left the ballroom, but the blueprint shiny and new, leaving us a challenge that we have to answer through. So tell me, America, how do we professionalize government and reduce patronage and corruption in our political systems? Can we keep it clean? Can we break the wheel? Is it real? Lock up the treasury, lock up the gate. There's a man in the hallway who won't hesitate. No, sir, no way, not on my dime today. He was the honest reformer from the Buffalo Street, the first bourbon Democrat to claim the big seat. Known for his stubborn and unyielding view, he didn't care a lick what the machine tried to do. He looked at the spending and he let out a roar, vetoed more bills than all before him on the floor. He kept the nation steady on a standard of gold and refused to let the public trust be bartered or sold. Oh, who's that fierce bulldog guarding the door, stamping his veto right onto the floor? The brutal honest captain fighting corporate greed and standing like a fortress against the political need. Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who. Of course, it's Grover Cleveland, the stubborn watchdog who used the executive veto like a club. Yes, it's Grover Cleveland, standing his ground, the most unyielding operator that the Capitol found. Fought the Gilded Age corruption with a fierce moral style to keep the national ledger completely clean all the while. Yeah, Grover, shut it down. Woo!
economic gate. So tell me, America, how do we practice fiscal restraint and honest government in an era of rapid industrialization and political machines? Can we hold the line? Can we stop the greed? What do we need?
Fire up the furnaces, put the iron on the line. There's a brand new boundary guarding your design.
Build it up, keep the market locked.
He was the Indiana lawyer with a historic family line, the grandson of the general who had a month to shine. He marched into the parlor on a protectionist wave to guard the local workshop and the dollars that we save. He signed the Sherman Act to keep the giant trusts at bay and raised the tariff wall to make the foreign traders pay. He built a brand new navy made of modern rolling steel and gave the Western territories a statehood kind of deal. Oh, who's that quiet general with the high tariff stand, locking up the borders to protect the working hand? He checked the giant trusts with a regulatory line and built the steel navy to an industrial design.
Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who.
Of course, it's Benjamin Harrison, the historic grandson who built the industrial with 6 brand new states and brought a modern engine to the legislative gates. Yeah, Ben, crank that gear. The factory fires are roaring, but the pressure's gonna rise, leaving us a riddle underneath the gilded sky. American industry. Can we check the trust? Can we build the wall? Stand or fall? Guess who's back, baby? Did you miss the show? The bulldog's in the hallway and he's ready to go.
Round two, look who's tracking you.
terms are done, leaving us a riddle underneath the stormy sun. So tell me, America, how do we navigate economic hardship and maintain stability without radical monetary changes? Can we hold the line? Can we survive the crash? Watch the money smash. The free.
Sail away, sail away. Watch the fleet deploy today.
He was the proud protector from the Buckeye plane. Stepped into the parlor to the sound of a sinking main. He took a reluctant nation and he gave it a worldwide spin, winning a splendid little and sudden bullet cut short his winning line. Oh, who's that quiet leader standing at the century's dawn, watching the old world boundaries completely get withdrawn? He launched a global empire with a swift and flashing fight, and pushed the starry banner out into the global light.
Who is he? Who is he?
Tell me who? Of course, it's William McKinley, the industrial protector who launched America onto the world stage. European empire staring at defeat.
Yeah, William, take a bow.
The victory parade is passing, but the world is watching close, leaving us a riddle where the ocean currents cross. So tell me, America, how do we embrace our new role as a world power while managing the responsibilities and moral questions of empire?
Are we global?
Are we free?
Are we free?
What's our destiny? Hold on to your seat, baby. Hit the floor fast. The human dynamo is coming with a dynamite blast.
Charge! Charge!
Look out for the surge. He was a sickly little boy who built a mountain of might, a cowboy aristocrat who loved a righteous fight. He charged up the hill with a swagger and stride and stepped into the big chair on a whirlwind ride. He was a regular terror to the corporate trust, smashed the bad monopolies down into the dust, saved the green wilderness, built the big canal plan, and shook up the globe like a rockabilly man. Oh, who's that loud cowboy using the bully pulpit seat? Shake trust-busting progressive who blew the whistles of change. Charging down the hall, bringing progressive muscle to the corporate wall. A Nobel Prize winner with an ironclad will. He completely redefined the presidential skill. Yeah, Teddy, let him rip. The energy is roaring and the wilderness is wide, leaving us a puzzle on an unforgettable ride. So tell me, America, how do we use our growing power for progressive reform at home and asserted leadership abroad without becoming reckless? Can we strike the balance? Can we lead? What do we need? There's a giant in the hall. He's walking by the book, and he's gonna judge us all.
Order, order, watch the gavel fall.
He was a legal-minded scholar from the Ohio Valley Plain, handpicked by his fiery friend to carry on the train. He didn't want the bully pulpit or the noisy public fight. He wanted to sit upon the bench and make the law run right. He broke up more monopolies than the guy who came before, protected public lands and opened up the tariff door. But he got caught between two giants in a bitter party split, and left the big seat behind to find where he truly fit. Oh, who's the quiet judge caught up inside the squeeze, trying to enforce the law and keep the state at ease? The giant smiling progressive who was bound by restraint and walked into a party war without a single complaint.
Who is he? Who is he?
Tell me who! Of course, it's William Howard Taft, the dedicated jurist who traded the White House for the chief justice bench. Yes, it's William Howard Taft, standing for the right, bringing constitutional order into the political fight. The only man in history to lead the court and state. He left a heavy legacy at the executive gate.
Yeah, Will, clear the bench.
The robes are on the hanger and the gavel's put away, leaving us a puzzle that we still face today. So tell me, America, how do we balance progressive reforms with constitutional restraint and party unity?
Can we find the balance? Can we hold the line?
Is there time? The idealist from the New Jersey shore led the nation through the shadows of a massive global war. He wanted to make the whole wide world safe for democracy's design, and drew a brand new blueprint right across the European line. He fought for women's voting and he built the federal mint. But his grandest global vision faced a bitter, heavy squint. He dreamed a covenant league to make all global warfare cease, but he couldn't sell the bargain to the home front folks of peace. Oh, who's that stubborn professor caught inside the squeeze, trying to write a global pact to put the world at ease? He redrew all the borders, but his covenant dream was crushed as the legislative chamber left his grand ideals hushed.
Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who.
Of course, it's Woodrow Wilson, the tragic academic whose global covenant fell apart at home. Yes, it's Woodrow Wilson, standing for his right, bringing modern global leadership into the partisan fight. Though a sudden stroke would break him before the race was run, he completely changed the world stage under the western sun. Yeah, Woodrow.
Hold that pen.
The treaty is rejected and the lights are burning low, leaving us a heavy riddle that the future had to show. So tell me, America, how do we commit to global leadership and international institutions while staying true to our own democracy? Can we lead the world? Can we stay secure? Are we completely sure? Pour a little drink, baby. Let the good times roll. We're heading for a normalcy that's gonna soothe your soul. Relax now, relax now. Watch the numbers grow. He was the handsome publisher from the Buckeye County seat, promised us a quiet harbor after all the wartime heat. He didn't want a global crusade or a heavy moral fight, just a cozy backroom parlor where the card game ran all night. The factories were humming and the jazz band started to play, but a dark and greasy shadow crept across the sunny day. His inner circle traded oil for a stack of crooked green, and left his name entangled in the biggest bribe we'd seen. Oh, who's that charming leader with the normalcy campaign, trying to soothe a weary nation and erase the global strain? He opened up the jazz age and he set the markets high, while a smoky ring of scandal started clouding up the sky. Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who. Of course, it's Warren G. Harding, the beloved tragic host who opened up the roaring 20s. Yes, it's Warren G. Harding, running out his time before a sudden illness hit him right across the line. He signed the budget
budget system, and he freed the wartime speech. Though the actions of his cronies left a stain he couldn't reach. Yeah, Warren, play that card. Is filling up the room and the music's playing slow, leaving us a riddle that the history books will show. So tell me, America, how do we return to national normalcy without allowing government corruption and backroom deals to run wild? Can we keep it clean? Can we trust the crew? What do we do? Quiet in the corridor, don't you make a sound. The quietest executive is tracking down the ground. Let's talk, let's talk. Watch the ledger walk. He stepped into the parlor in the middle of the night by the glow of a kerosene lamp. He swore to do the right. Inherited a smoky room of scandal and machine, and used a Vermont broom to scrub the whole department clean. The roaring 20s market was a boom into the skies, but he refused to feed the hype or compromise his eyes. He cut the taxes down to size, reduced the national debt, and gave the most economical administration yet. Oh, who's that golden statue, standing cool and still, using silence as a weapon to enforce his steady will? The tight-lipped Yankee captain, keeping government small, while the Jazz Age celebration echoed down the hall. Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who. Of course, it's Calvin Coolidge, the famously quiet constitutionalist who let the roaring 20s roll. Yes, it's Calvin Coolidge, keeping words at bay. Don't choose to run was all he really had to say. He guarded individual liberty and kept the budget tight to let the private engines build the nation's economic might. Yeah, Cal, keep it brief. The golden silence lingers and the market's running hot, leaving us a riddle on this historic spot. So tell me, America, can a government truly protect prosperity just by stepping back and staying quiet? Or does silence invite the storm? Is it safe? Is it sound? Watch the wheels spin around. Watch the ticker, baby. The floor is giving way. The smartest engineer can't stop the slide today. Going down, going down, going down, going down. Watch it hit the ground. He was a brilliant organizer from the Western mining tract. Fed a starving continent and brought Europe back. A master of efficiency who knew just what to do, until a sudden panic turned the golden years to blue. The market took a header economic traps. Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who! Of course, it's Herbert Hoover, the master coordinator who ran straight into the Great Depression. Yes, it's Herbert Hoover, catching all the blame as the economic wildfire burst into a roaring flame. He built the giant desert dam and fought the failing banks, but the historic crash overwhelmed the presidential ranks. Yeah, Herb, hold the line. The factory smoke is faded and the banks are locking tight, leaving us a heavy riddle in the middle of the night. So tell me, America, how does a government rescue a crashing economy when traditional systems and local charity fail completely? Can we fix the gears? Can we stop the tears? Who's gonna drive through the years? Tune in your dials, America. Clear out the living room floor. The happy warriors in the hall to open up a brand new door. Fear itself. Fear itself. That's the only foe in sight. He came from Hudson Valley wealth with a famous cousin's name, but a sudden heavy shadow tried to knock him out the game. He couldn't walk the corridor, but he stood up like an oak and spoke right to the people through the living room radio smoke. He declared a banking holiday to stop the panic run and launched a dozen agencies underneath the western sun. He gave the working hand a deal, brought electricity to the dark, and rallied up the global front to quench the fascist spark. Oh, who's that smiling captain singing through the radio air, lifting up a weary nation from the shadows of despair? He broke the heavy precedents and he served a four-term ride and steered the old republic through a massive global tide. Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who. Of course, it's Franklin D. Roosevelt, the indomitable master who engineered the New Deal and led us through the storm. Yes, it's Franklin D. Roosevelt, charging down the track, bringing modern public muscle to push the crisis back. From the bread lines to the beaches, he maintained a steady grace and completely redefined the structure of the democratic place. Yeah, FDR, spin that dial. The global war is ending and the fire is burning bright, leaving us a massive question in the middle of the night. So tell me, America, how much power should the government use to guarantee economic security and freedom for its people?
What's the balance? What's the deal? How do we keep the promise real?
Marshall passed the blame. The straight shooters in the hall to finalize the game.
Give 'em hell, give 'em hell, hear the whistle yell.
He was a haberdasher captain from the Missouri plain. Stepped into the giant shoes amidst a global rain. He didn't have a pedigree, he didn't care for style, but he had to make the heavy calls that reached across the mile. He signed the paper Marshall Plan to build the shattered coast. Sent the soaring airlift when Berlin was threatened most. He drew a heavy boundary line across the Asian map and desegregated the army ranks with a single executive snap. Oh, who's that plain-spun soldier with the book stop sign, standing in the Oval Office, holding up the line? He faced the Cold War onset with an ironclad grit and didn't offer an excuse when the atomic fuse is lit.
Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who?
Of course, it's Harry S. Truman, the fiercely independent fighter who drew the modern map of containment. Yes, it's Harry S. Truman standing out his ground, the most unyielding operator that the country found. He fought the party bosses and he won a shocking race to keep an honest, plain courage inside the national place. Yeah, Harry, whack that desk. The whistle stop is over and the pressure's rising high, leaving us a heavy riddle underneath the modern sky. So tell me, America, how do we project unyielding strength on the global stage while protecting liberty and avoiding a total nuclear conflict?
Can we hold the line? Can we guard the peace? When will the tension cease?
Fire up the engines, hit the open road. There's a general in the hallway carrying a heavy load.
I like Ike, you like Ike. Watch the highway strike.
He was the tactical mastermind who led the global fight, crushed the Axis fortress with a massive wall of might. The nation called him home to bring a steady, calm release and guide the whole republic through an anxious, hidden peace. He built the giant concrete roads from coast to golden shore, sent the federal troops to open up the high school door. He kept the Cold War steady on a balanced, freezing line and left a final warning on the military design.
Oh, who's that steady sentinel
Standing at the wheel, building up the infrastructure with an iron steel. The smiling five-star captain, keeping crisis out of sight while navigating progress through the Cold War night.
Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who?
Of course, it's Dwight D. Eisenhower, the strategic coordinator who connected the nation and kept the peace.
Yeah! a heavy riddle that we still have to hear. So tell me, America, how do we guard against the unwarranted influence of the military-industrial complex while keeping our nation secure?
Can we watch the threat? Can we keep it clear? What's the danger near?
A new age is on the track. The handsome princes in the hall to push the shadows back.
Come forward, look to the shining star.
He came out of the Navy with a brilliant silver tongue, a war hero, philosopher when the fateful bells were rung. He took the nation's reins with a modern youthful stride and promised that we'd conquer the incoming shore and pointed to the cosmos to open up a brand new door. He launched a grand frontier to make the civil promises real, but a sudden flash in Texas cut short the golden deal.
Oh, who's that dazzling captain charting out the modern space, bringing style and idealism back into the leader's place? He aimed straight for the moon and he rallied up the soul, of youthful idealism alive when facing the harsh realities of global conflict and division. Can we reach the stars? Can we keep the dream? Is it what it seems?
Clear the tracks, baby. There's a whirlwind in the hall. The master of the Senate is about to shake the wall.
Big choice, big choice.
Hear the southern thunder voice. He was the towering captain from the blazing Texas plain. Stepped out of the tragedy to take the heavy rain. He knew every backroom secret and he knew how to adjust to push a grand society through the partisan dust. He signed the historic civil rights to smash the old Jim Crow and launched a war on poverty to let the country grow. Set the voting protections down to guard the southern states, but the stormy skies of Vietnam began to seal his fate. Oh, who's that giant Texan pushing the great society? promises. American stage. Yeah, LBJ, sign that law. The legislative battle's won, but the foreign smoke is high, leaving us a heavy riddle underneath the southern sky. So tell me, America, how do we successfully balance massive social progress at home with the heavy costs of the divisive foreign conflict? Can we build a state? Can we stop the war? What are we fighting for? Check the map, America, there's a brand new game in play. The master of diplomacy is changing up the way. Turn the page, watch the world engage. He was the clever operator from the sunny western coast. Rose up through the party as the anti-communist host. He walked into the executive seat with a deep strategic view and decided that the old world lines were ready for a brand new cue. He flew right over the ocean wall to crack the Dragon's Gate, opening up a historic deal that shifted global fate. He signed the strategic weapon caps to cool the frozen fight, but a dark, entangled office storm cut short his winning flight. Oh, who's that quiet strategist who broke the bamboo line, redrawing all the balance with a bold and sharp design? He opened up the Eastern trade and cooled the Cold War night, while an audio tape in Washington turned out his presidential light. Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who! Of course, it's Richard Nixon, the complex geopolitical chess player who shook the global board. Yes, it's Richard Nixon making his historic stand, bringing modern realpolitik across the global land. He created the clean air rules and he built the treaty frame before the heavy weight of scandal overran his name. Yeah, Dick! Move that pawn! The Dragon's Gate is open and the tapes are spinning slow, leaving us a heavy riddle that the history books still show. So tell me, America, can grand accomplishments on the world stage ever compensate for a leader breaking the public trust at home? Can we bridge the split? Can we trust the line? Who it fixing it? Check the ballots, baby, it's a tight and bitter race. One big deal is gonna change the whole dynamic of the place. Count them up, watch the numbers slide. He was the honest football star from the rolling Michigan plain. Stepped into an election that was packed with heavy strain. The numbers were disputed, the tension started to rise, until a backroom bargain happened right before our eyes. He took the big chair, but he had to pay the price. Pardoned his old boss to settle down the ice. He tried to clean the system up and fight corruption's hand, but an uneasy peace began to settle through the land. Oh, who's that quiet reformer caught up in the trade? When the grand experiment of Reconstruction started to fade, he won a stolen election and he called the soldiers back and tried to heal the division by changing up the tracks. Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who? Of course, it's Gerald R. Ford, the honest compromiser who brought the troops back home. Yes, it's Gerald R. Ford, walking a narrow wire, trying to clean the government and cool the southern fire. He stood up for civil service and he fought the party game to bring a steady honesty back to the nation's name. Yeah, Jerry, clean the slate. The bayonets are leaving and the southern skies turn gray, leaving us a heavy puzzle that we still face today. So tell me, America, how do we heal post-war divisions without abandoning civil rights progress or returning to open resistance? Can we keep the promise? Can we heal the split? Who is fixing it? Open up the windows, let the fresh air in. There's an outsider coming and he's ready to begin. Keep it honest, keep it true. Look at what a smile can do. He was the quiet Navy engineer from the Georgia Valley Plain. Stepped into the executive seat to wash away the stain. He didn't care for backroom bosses or the Washington elite. He wanted every global deal to be completely clean and sweet. He brought the desert leaders to a historic desert peak and hammered out a peaceful pact that everyone would seek. But an energy freeze at home and a sudden hostage strain began to wrap his sunny days in a heavy cloudy rain. Oh, who's that decent outsider fighting for the peace, trying to make the human rights violations finally cease? The moral captain steering through an economic slide and keeping his integrity against a changing tide. Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who. Of course, it's Jimmy Carter, the dedicated humanitarian who prioritized human rights over power politics. Yes, it's Jimmy Carter.
That's a heavy puzzle that we still face today. So tell me, America, can a leader effectively guide a nation using moral principles alone? Or does the world demand a harder edge? Can we keep the peace? Can we stand secure? Are we completely sure?
Wake up, America! Look at the beautiful dawn! The ultimate communicator is step dancing right on the lawn.
It's morning! It's morning! See the banner! Deploy!
He was the Hollywood cowboy from the golden screen track. Promised to take the big federal engine right back. He walked into the parlor with a confident smile and sold a brand new economic style across every mile. He cut down the taxes to let the industries bloom and built up a military shield to break through the gloom. He stood at the old Berlin Wall and let out a roar and watched the whole Soviet empire crack to the floor. Who's that smooth actor with the morning campaign, lifting up the national pride and erasing the strain? The optimistic captain who rode on a landslide wave and changed the whole economic ledger that we say.
Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who!
Of course, it's Ronald Reagan, the cinematic great communicator who engineered the conservative revolution. Yes, it's Ronald Reagan charging down the line, bringing free market muscle to a modern design. From the tax code cuts to the Cold War night, he completely redefined the presidential mind.
Yeah, Ronnie! Tear down that wall!
The sun is high and rising, but the deficit is deep, leaving us a puzzle that the future has to keep. So tell me, America, does cutting taxes and shrinking government truly unlock prosperity? Or does it widen the divide?
Is it wealth? Is it sound?
Watch the numbers turn around! Read the signals, baby. Check the geopolitical line. There's a pilot in the hallway with a global design. Listen close, watch the boundary post. He was the decorated flyer from the New England elite, built an oil empire on the Texas sand heat. Served the grand communicator as a steady number 2 before he took the big seat for a brand new global view. He stood the line in the desert, made the tyrant retreat, and watched the old Soviet empire break at his feet. But the domestic ledger took a heavy hard hit, and a broken tax promise caused the chamber to split. Oh, who's that quiet diplomat steering through the change, managing the borders on a global scale range? The seasoned coalition captain fighting international crime. be downtime.
Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who?
Of course, it's George H.W. Bush, the strategic operator who navigated the end of the Cold War with institutional grace.
Yes, it's George H.W. Bush, standing for his right, bringing calm stability into the desert fight.
From the Panama skies to the Red Square dawn, he kept a steady hand before the moment was gone. Yeah, George, read my lips. The desert dust is settled and the ballot box is tight, leaving us a heavy riddle in the middle of the night. So tell me, America, how does a leader maintain public trust at home when foreign crises force a compromise on domestic promises?
Can we hold the line? Can we pay the bill? What's the public will?
Waiting for you.
Move it, Santa, move it, Santa. Watch the ledger align.
He was a saxophone scholar from the Hope, Arkansas plain. Stepped into the parlor to erase the old guard strain. He didn't walk the left line, he didn't walk the right. He found a middle highway in the partisan fight. He signed the welfare changes and he locked the budget tight, and watch the tech boom market soar out into the light. The deficit completely vanished into a mountain of green, while navigating the wildest political storms we've seen. Oh, who's that smooth operator with the triangulation style, balancing the ledgers and winning with a smile? The comeback kid who steered us through the 90s boom and kept the economic engine running with a centrist pride. Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who? Of course, it's Bill Clinton, the charismatic consensus builder who balanced the modern budget. Playing out the tune, bringing free trade muscle underneath the summer moon. From the global trade agreements to the domestic enterprise page, he stands a master player of the modern media stage. Yeah, Bill, blow that horn! The budget is balanced and the music's playing fast, leaving us a heavy puzzle that the century has cast. So tell me, America, does compromising with your rivals create lasting stability, or does it leave your core values behind? Can we bridge the split? Can we hold the center line? Who is checking the time? Heed the warning, baby. Watch the global line. There's a rancher in the hallway
with a wartime design.
Stand tall, stand tall.
Look at who is backing the wall.
He was a silver spoon Texan from the oil basin plain, the second of his name to take the heavy reins of command. He stepped into the office on a razor-thin count and found a sudden global shadow that he had to surmount. When the Twin Towers fell on a dark September dawn, he drew a heavy boundary where the lines had been drawn. He launched a global mission into the desert and the sand and created homeland defenses to secure the native land. Oh, who's that wartime captain sticking to his track, pushing through the storms and never turning back? The resolute executive who answered the sudden call and stood up to the terror as the market started to fall. Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who. Of course, it's George W. Bush, the unwavering crisis manager who launched the global war on terror. Yes, it's George W. Bush, standing for his right, bringing national security into the partisan fight. From the mountains of Kabul to the ancient Baghdad floor, he completely redefined the rules of international war. Yeah, George, clear the tarmac. The desert dust is swirling and the national debt is deep, leaving us a heavy puzzle that the future has to keep. So tell me, America, how do we protect our national security abroad without overextending our military or compromising our civil liberties at home? Can we stay secure? Can we keep the peace? When will the conflict cease? Look out to the horizon, see the seasons turn. There's a brand new fire starting to burn. Yes, we can, yes, we can. Watch the paradigm expand. He was a brilliant professor from the Chicago town plain. Stepped into the parlor during an economic rain. He carried the torch of an unprecedented historical stride and promised to heal the deep, bitter partisan divide. He stabilized the crashing banks, rebuilt the auto line, and mapped out health protection to a massive new design. He pointed to the future with a green energy hand and brought the global climate deals across the native land. Oh, who's that cool communicator with the eloquent style, navigating through a crisis with a calm and steady smile? The trailblazing captain steering through a gridlock fight and pushing the republic to a new and modern light. Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who. course, it's Barack Obama, the historic coalition builder who reshaped the modern social and economic landscape. Yes, it's Barack Obama, making his historic stand, bringing modern fluid rhetoric across the global land. From the legislative battles to the global treaty page, he stands a master speaker on the 21st century stage. Yeah, Barack, let the chorus rise. The legislative battle's done, but the division runs deep, leaving us a heavy puzzle that the future has to keep. So tell me, America, can inspirational rhetoric and comprehensive reform truly unite a nation? Or do they only accelerate political polarization? Can we bridge the split? Can we stand as one? What has just begun? Clear the media floor, the ultimate disruptors in the hall, to open up a brand new door.
Fake news! Fake news!
Watch the old guard lose. He came down the golden escalator from the Manhattan Heights, a billionaire showman looking for a populist fight. He didn't talk like a statesman, he didn't care for the script. He walked into the arena with his political fuses lit. He tore up the global trade deals, built a wall on the line, and cut down the corporate tax code to a massive design. He remade the high Supreme Court with a conservative hand, and shook up the whole world stage across the native land. Oh, who's that media giant running the disruption campaign, bypassing all the gatekeepers and fueling the strain? The business captain steering through a non-stop fight and rallying a populist movement through the political night. Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who! Of course, it's Donald J. Trump, the unyielding real estate mogul who completely shattered the conventional political mold. Yes, it's Donald J. Trump making his stadium stand, bringing an America First muscle across the global land. From the border walls to the massive rallies on the page, he stands the loudest
it leave a nation permanently divided?
Can we bridge the split?
Can we stand as one?
What has just been undone?
Clear the committee room, baby. There's a veteran in the hall. He's checking the mechanics and he's gonna mend the wall.
Order, order, watch the numbers fall.
He was the institutional soldier from the Delaware commuter train. Spent 40 years in the chambers, riding through the legislative rain. He stepped into the office in a dark and anxious winter night, and promised he could heal the cracks and make the system run right. He signed the historic concrete bills to fix the bridge and line, and brought the chip manufacturing back to a native design. He rallied up the global front when eastern borders started to break, and pushed a massive climate deal for the modern future's sake. Oh, who's that late chapter captain steering through the split, using institutional muscle to make the engine fit? The old school consensus builder, fighting for the middle band while navigating a global storm across a changing land. Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who! Of course, it's Joseph R. Biden, the seasoned institutionalist who leveraged a lifetime of legislative craft to rebuild the core. Yes, it's Joseph R. Biden making his steady stand, bringing blue-collar muscle across the industrial land. From the factory floors to the global treaty page, he stands a historic anchor on the 21st century stage.
Yeah, Joe.
Let the engine roar! The bills are signed and rolling, but the pressure's rising high, leaving us a heavy riddle underneath the modern sky. So tell me, America, can traditional legislative experience and deep institutional alliances effectively govern a nation fueled by modern digital disruption? Can we hold the center line? Can we heal the split? Who is fixing it? Welcome back! Dust off the ledger, America. Look at the grand design. The second-term pioneer is back to hold the line.
Stand tall, stand tall.
What's the old guard for? He returned from the wilderness against the historic odds, bypassed the media screens and shook the partisan gods.
He walked back into the parlor with an absolute iron will and promised a total restoration of the American hill. He dismantled the bureaucratic gears with a swift executive hand and brought the high corporate manufacturing back to the native land. He sealed the southern border gate with an unyielding stride and rode a historic populist wave across the global tide. Oh, who's that returning captain launching the restoration line, rebuilding the national soul to a classical design? The unyielding disruptor who took the second crown and completely turned the Washington establishment upside down.
Who is he? Who is he?
Tell me who? Of course, it's Donald J. Trump, the only president in modern history to lose the seat and win it straight back. Yes, it's Donald J. Trump making his final stand, bringing an absolute sovereignty across the modern land. From the golden towers to the historic rally floor, he stands the ultimate chapter of our digital political lore. Yeah, Donald, let the thunder roll. The restoration is rolling and the paradigm shift is high, leaving us a massive question underneath the modern sky. So tell me, America, can a nation truly unify its spirit by completely dismantling the old institutions? Or does the future demand a brand new consensus?